time I tell someone, about
actually like disgusting and going with young kids. I mean,
so anytime I tell anyone about my relationship and say that I got with him when I was 17, they will automatically say, "Oh, he groomed you." So my thing is, but when I look back, that wasn't me. Does that make sense?
Do you think
I've even questioned if he did, if that makes sense.
Charlotte, do you think you was groomed?
I kind of do believe I was.
She's saying she is now. Now she's come of age. When she
No, not come of age, Demetrius. I said come away from it.
You're putting yourself down at 17. You're not mature at 17, Charlotte. That's what you're saying.
I was very mature. I had my own house. Had my own house.
Human being to you, completely.
I was very mature. I was diagnosed with bowel disease at 15. I left my house, my home at 16. Got my flat at 16. Do you know what I mean? I met my partner at 17.
You're older than your years, Keisha, aren't you? Yeah?
Oh, Keisha's very, very mature.
I'm comparing you with someone we don't even know.
I adore Keisha. Keisha don't even know how much I adore her. So she's very mature. I've got a lot of respect for Keisha.
One second, I don't understand why we need to pussyfoot around. Like, this man is a grown man. He can answer questions. Nobody's pressing him. I just want to know.
No one's pussyfooting around.
Difference about pressing someone and being rude. You were rude last night and you're rude today.
You're asking, you are rude. She's right. You are rude because we're in love. What have you got to say about that, Devon? We're in love.
I'll tell you what I have to say about that. You were talking to a 16-year-old, yeah? Her brain was not even developed, bro. So if you want me to be rude, I can be very rude. I'm being very polite considering the circumstances.
No, you're not. You've been
as a grown-ass man, you were romantically trying to be involved with a 16-year-old girl who doesn't know themselves.
No, you don't know yourself at that age, bro. Gruesome. You're mentally trying to turn it into something it ain't. Just because other people get groomed.
How old were you when you were speaking to her at 16?
Like Devon, other people get groomed. Keisha wasn't groomed.
Do you not think I'm leaving this because you were kind at first and now you're all just being rude?
No, you can get married.
I was being polite until you called me rude, unprovoked.
You can drive a car at 17. You can get married at 16 if you run the Gretna Green. You can have a baby. Look, he's run off. Look, he can't handle it.
I kicked him out.
So we can carry on our conversation.
I mean, all right, but do you understand me, host?
Angel, do you know what? If you two are happy. And it's what you want in life, then who is it to be judgmental? If you're happy in a relationship, if you're happy being together, then people just need to leave you alone.
But you get that people like Angie last night, innit? He brings it on, and then like Keisha said, you lot reckon Keisha gets a lot of hate. I'm trying to work on TikTok and be an influencer, and do stuff. I'm waiting for an operation and I can't do shit, but I still do stuff, right? But at the end of the day, every comment every morning are from the same people. Calling me paedophile, nonce, everything under the sun. So where's that leaving us alone if we're in love? You're right what you're saying, but not everyone can see it that way. This day and age, the year 2000, 21st century, no one gives the right for anyone not to fall in love. There's no such thing.
Don't put anyone in the box. I'm kicking people out. You're putting people in the box.
Well, I think as long as if you've got a lot in common, it's working for you two, then I don't see there being an issue. But you are in this day and age, no matter where you go, you're always going to get people that are going to hate on it.
You're going to get hate for whatever you do.
Do you know what, Keisha? I'm going to say this regardless, right? Since Keisha's been out with me, she's always been 50-50 down the middle. She has never took a penny off me, and I've never took a penny off her. She shared my car bills together since day one. You know, and there's so many times I've offered to buy her stuff and she refuses it because whatever reason she's got, and mainly because of people calling her whatever they want to call her. You know, calling them, a sugar dad, a money grab or something like that. You know,
I think you know what it is, Demetrius. We when Keisha came in, we was really, really respectful to her, and you've come in, and I get that you've got your back up because of everything that's happened, especially what's happening.
It's not you, is it, Tongo? Tongo, it's not you they're fucking talking about, is it?
My name's Top Girl.
Can I just say, Demetrius, can I just say something though? I've got to be honest. Like when I first came on this app, I was a friend with a guy, right, and he was 32 years old. He's serving time in prison now, right? But he was talking to a 16-year-old, and we found out that there's more going on. And I'm not going to lie, I did go live and I did out him because I thought he was.
He's in jail, this geezer now you're talking about?
He's a peddler.
All right, okay. So you went out with him?
I know he was what I'm saying is it was a friend, not even a friend. I just joined a community that he was in.
Yeah. You see, right? You know a paedophile when you see one, then, didn't you, Angie? You know exactly what they fucking act like and who they look like.
I'm not going to lie. He didn't look like a peddler to me. He looked like a teacher. You know, really posh.
Nor did Jim Davison, did he? Not Jim Davison. What was his name?
What I'm saying to you, Dimitri, you've got to understand people's point of view.
Jimmy Savile, he didn't look like a paedophile, did he? Jimmy Savile, look what he got away with in the 70s. He had the
Dimitri, and this is not why I'm calling you, but I'm just saying.
No, I know you're not. I know you're not.
For being a peddler, because he was talking to a 16-year-old. In my opinion, 16 is a minor. It is a child. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
actually, you're 18 now. You're 18. It's different. You know what I mean? You're 18. But you said you met at 16. Do you get what I'm saying?
We started talking. We started talking at 16, and we sort of got together when she was turning 17, which was not far off being an adult, as you call it, which is 1 year. Yeah. It's 1 year difference, and you lot are making it out like it's fucking seedy. Do you know what I mean? Just for 1 year. Like she's a minor.
At the end of the day, as long as you two are happy, as long as you two are rising above all the hate, and you're sticking together, then fair play to you. Do you know what I mean? And I wish you
check WhatsApp quickly.
I wish you all the luck. I really do, because you sound like two really lovely people. So. You know, I generally wish you all the luck, and honestly, this app is always going to come around. There's always going to be people that want to come up against you or say this and say that. And if you can rise above it,
since the lockdown, we've all learnt about mental health so much. You know, none of you know Keisha's background properly or mine, and I know for a fact I suffer badly from mental health from my ex-wife, what she did to me, and I know Keisha's not great on it either. And you guys saying that you can ignore everything, when she's trying to work on it and I'm trying to graft on it, and on top of it, we're getting all this fucking shit of this L, this L, that, L, this.
I'm going. It ain't easy, and it ain't easy, but, you know.
Don't tell me, girl. Please, Delusive, whatever your name is. I can't sit, sorry, I'd rather Delusive.
It's Smiles.
I like calling people by their name. I just like calling oi or it, I respect people. My mum taught me to respect people, and that's what I'm trying to do, but how the hell can we get on with it when people are actually doing that?
I know, and it's a really hard situation to be in.
You've got to understand their people's point of view. Listen, if you've got a 16-year-old...
point of view,
can I ask you a question, Dimitri?
Yeah, go on.
I'm going to have to say, if you've got a 16-year-old child at 16, your daughter, how would you feel if your daughter came home and said, I've met a guy and he's 58 years old?
Well, right, tomorrow, what are you on about? Today, tomorrow, because I never thought I was going to meet someone so young. I never played.
Demetrius,
I'm trying to answer. Angel, let me answer them. I'll try and answer your question. Right, I didn't plan to fall in love with a 17-year-old, and start that, and we're still serious together up until today. I didn't plan that, right? So if my daughter came home with someone older than her, and he was a lovely bloke, and he was looking after her, you know what I mean? Do you know how bad men are these days, these young men these days, how bad they treat women? Do you know what I mean? If he's treating her okay, what am I going to say? What do you think? The more I chase her, the more I stop it, the more she's going to run to his arms anyway, isn't it? So as long as it's all legal, and no one's getting hurt, and she'll learn from her own mistakes, wouldn't it? What more could you say, I'm not happy about one of my daughters who's going out with someone, not that much, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, I've met him, I've spoke to him, and he's got a job and he's doing okay. That's the best I can answer it, Angie, because I never planned to fall in love with someone younger. I never. Whether to you guys, it's a minor, but to me, she's a fully grown woman.
Can I ask you a question then, Dimitri? You can't help who you fall in love with. What if you met her, because she was a delivery driver and you found out she was 15?
Oh my God. Well, obviously, that's the law now, isn't it? We're talking about the law now, aren't we? If she was 15. You're saying another year again, I mean, you can go below the belt, can't you? Way below, like 14, 13. I mean, come on. That's disgusting. That's a bit too young. But in these foreign countries, they take them as 9-year-olds, don't they? Because they say they come on their periods. That's how disgusting they are. No, that's below the belt. There you go.
Yeah, well, I just feel my wife. She's just young, she's got, her brain hasn't developed to that age. You know what I mean? She's got a whole life ahead of her. Do you know what I mean?
Not everyone. Yeah, you're right. There's a lot of people. Sometimes there's no pleasing them, is there? You know what I mean? But some people come on. You know what I mean?
Angie, I'm going to drop down, but listen, Dimitri, I hope that you and obviously both of you, have a happy future, and that you can just.
So what's this life all about then, anyway, Angie? What's it really all about?
It was just about age gaps.
Yeah, it was literally.
I don't even know who you are. I don't know who you are.
We're not the only one on TikTok with age gaps. I mean,
Dimitri, we're going to put other people in the boxes. It's not just you.
Can I tell you about the good
side? Dimitri, you don't let me finish.
There's a general interest.
The only reason I put you in the box was people were saying get Alicia and Demetrius. I've heard of you, but I don't really know your names. You know what I mean?
You said it, Demetrius. That's my name, Demetrius.
Yes, so I decided to put you in the box, but we've had other people in the boxes.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. But can I just say as well, let me look at the good side of TikTok. I've got thousands of messages on the other side saying there's 65-year-olds with 16, 18-year-olds.
Can we turn the comments off, please?
So many times,
can do that.
people coming out saying how brave we are. But I keep saying to them, we're not brave. We didn't come on here to come out. We didn't. But these people are scared to come on here in these big age gap relationships because they're in love and they've got all their families against them.
Listen, I'm all for an age gap relationship, 100%.
But that's the good side, Angie. I'm telling you about the good side I get on here as well.
Yeah, but no, I haven't finished. But I think 16 to me is still a child. 17 is a child. Even 18.
Yeah, your opinion, yeah. But some people come of age different, don't they? Don't you agree?
No, age gaps, but it doesn't mean you fall in love with someone that's 15. I mean, it's only a year younger, isn't it, than what she was. Do you understand people's point of view? You know what I mean? She's 16 and
how can I say that? How can I say I understand when my mindset's different to yours? It can't. It's impossible. I understand your opinion. You gave your opinion.
Jane,
I'm going to bow out now, right? Okay. Thank you for inviting me. If you want to invite me anytime, you're welcome. All right. I've got nothing to hide. But I'm going
to drop down for a bit, Angie. All right.
All of you, take care. Thank you. Bye.
All right then. Hello, Jane.
Hi.
Well, I just don't want to put too many people in the boxes. Do you know what I mean? Because how can you get responses out of people when everyone's just talking over each other?
Is he still here, Dimitri?
Yeah, I don't know how to get off. I don't do these. I don't do these things. Sorry. I don't know.
Oh my God! I don't know how that turned that way.
Can we put the comments
south? It was good. Yeah. Keisha was really lovely and she was really calm and talking to us like properly. And then, I understand he's very defensive, but he was rude with it as well.
But that's just proof that you can tell that she's older minded and he is younger minded, if that makes sense. Do you know what I mean?
Without a doubt, nobody else was getting to speak, listening to it. He says, he suffers mental health and he suffers mental health.
My only thing was he was going to jump out quite early and we would never get any answers or his thoughts or his opinions out. And I hate that when people do that, when they jump in. And I just knew Devon. I kicked Devon out because I knew he was going to say something. Demetrius is going to jump out the box and we'll get no answers out of the guy. What's that achieved? Absolutely nothing. I wanted to get to where he was coming from. Do you know what I mean? Why should he meet her? Why? Do you know what I mean? And for him to understand where people were coming from. Do you know what I mean? Because 16 is a baby. I mean, and it's true. When I first came on TikTok, I joined a community. There was this guy in that community, Harrison, and he's now in jail serving 5 years for being pedo. And he met a 16-year-old on here. I thought it was wrong, and I outed him. And I started getting threats from people saying, "Well, 16's legal. What's 16's legal?" And I was like, "Well, morally, it's wrong because she's still a child. He's a 32-year-old man, and he was 32. He was a lot younger than Demetrius. You know what I mean?" And and I was going on, and now I was getting these threats for it. And I was thinking, "What's wrong with people, man?" And now he's in jail. I'm not saying that's Demetrius. I'm not making no false accusations. Don't think I'm thinking that, because I'm not. I'm just saying, that's just my mindset of an older guy that wants to be with a 16-year-old. Yes, legally it's okay. Morally, it's wrong. I have that mindset of thinking this guy is a bit of a wrong'un. You get what I'm saying? I'm not going to say that to his face though, because I wanted him to stay in the box. I didn't, so I could ask him questions. Do you get what I'm saying? So he can reply.
Can we have NJ host in the box end because he's asked for the box?
Do you understand what I'm saying, guys?
Yeah, 100%. But
I just didn't want him jumping out, with everyone jumping on him and attacking him, so we're going to get nowhere.
Yeah, and what got me there was, and that he was like, well, Andrew, you could tell a peddler from a mile away.
Harrison, you would not think he was a peddler. Yeah, how can you tell what a peddler looks like?
That's what I was going to say. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. And we could be sitting next to absolutely anybody.
James, this guy, I swear down, you're right. This guy Harrison, right? He had kids, a wife.
Yeah.
You know, he told us he was living with his parents because of his mental health, when it was because he was under police investigation.
I know. Madness.
And I called him out for being a peddler, and I felt really bad for saying, not bad, but kind of thinking, shit, am I going to get in trouble? You know, you kind of think, shit, I've just called someone like slander, like a really bad name as a peddler, you know what I mean? And I'm going to, you know, it's going to fall back on me because 16 legally is okay, you know, in the eyes of the law, 16 is okay, you know. And so I started feeling a bit anxious about that. But that is my mindset. If a man, an older man, is with a, well, say not, you know, any man, I suppose, with a 16-year-old, I've got to question him. Do you get what I'm saying? Of being a bit of a, but I didn't want to say that to him because I wanted him to answer the questions.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, I just think, I don't feel, you know, 18 is probably different. She's 18. Even 18 is a bit of a, to me, is a baby.
Yeah. How long have they been together?
Ange, can we get NJ host in the box?
Yeah.
It's the one that done the live last night that the one up here.
Yeah. And guys, can I just say, I'm not calling her a peddler. I don't want to call case. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying the Harrison situation. I'm not going to lie. I did call him that. And I'm glad I called him because he was a peddler. Or is a peddler.
Joanne, I can't actually say that because, you know, she's a young girl. I don't know how long she's been together or where you're coming from with the trauma bonding.
And he's not in here.
You know, but
can I ask anybody that supports Alicia and Dimitro in the box? Does anyone support to say, well, you know, it's legal age and that's okay? Is anyone, you know, let's get a few other people in here. One sec. One sec, guys. I'm just trying to put people in, right.
How long have they been together? Have they been together a while?
He met her at 16, he said, and she's now 18, so he's 60. He met at 58, and she was 16.
Right, okay.
So, guys,
can I just say, you know, when you're having these discussions, can you please keep the comments on? Because we're just as involved as everybody else.
The reason, okay, well, first of all, the reason why we kept the comments off, right, just bear with me, wait a minute.
Angie.
And one sec.
Hello,
another.
Where's? Well, one sec. The reason I keep one sec doesn't reply to you. The reason why the comments are off on sensitive subjects is a sensitive subject. People are calling them a nonce. Mm-hmm. I understand people's opinion. I said it to someone that he was with a next 16-year-old. So I'm that is fine, okay, because that is my mindset too, okay. What other people were thinking, but I didn't want them jumping out of the box because I wanted not just me, but the people that were in the box.
Right, so Angie, check this.
Yeah, I agree, right? But the only thing
you understand you would have jumped out.
I was talking first, Toby. The only reason why I say it, Angie, is because you've got to remember that these people also get paid for having these stories out. And her story, she must earn off the story.
Do you want to get Keisha back in the box, Angie? So I know Keisha very well, and I know Dimitri, yeah? They've been together for nearly 2 years, whatever it is. They're fine. Doesn't matter whether I'm rude or not. I know Keisha and I know them personally. Do you understand? And as far as I'm concerned, Keisha Sam is a very educated girl. She's not a silly girl. And my partner, my two daughters' dad is 56 and I'm 40. So he's 16, 14 years older than me. And I had two daughters. I was with him for 8-9 years.
Gemma.
Keisha's fine.
No, wait a minute. We're not talking about just an age gap. We're talking about an age gap with someone that's 16. That was met at 16. A child. That's a child, right? Legally, it's okay.
I understand that, Angie.
Come on.
Okay, Angie, cool, yeah? But you want them in the box. Angie, your priority is getting them in the box and getting them to stay so you can question them.
Can I just also say, when she came,
so you've got to make these people...
I had nothing horrible to say about that girl, okay? Because she's done nothing wrong, okay? No one should be attacking the girl.
You're not going to. Keisha's cool. She can take it on the chin. No, we know you're not attacking her. We know that. But what I'm saying is, Angie, in all due respect, we know that you like a little age gap and you're a bit feisty yourself. Let them talk and let them say their thing. But regardless to all this, yes, you do like older men, Angie. You like older men. You like younger ones. You like all the man them. But Keisha's fine. So if they want to talk about their relationship, let them talk. Let them talk. Do you get me? But big up Keisha. Big up Dimitri. Keisha, phone my phone. Demetrius, do your thing. But don't savage their relationship, because when you lock off this life, they're going to do their thing, fam. End of story. Big up Keisha. She a bad gal.
Okay. Thank you, Gemma.
This is Keisha, though. I don't understand why she's coming chatting so much shit.
Can we have Jane's opinion, because she's been set in the box?
Yeah. So, trying to get my head around this. Did he meet her while she was still at school? Did he meet her while she was still in school?
Whether she's at school or not, she's 16.
Yeah, I mean, professionally, I can't really comment on it, but me as a person would say it's morally wrong, but, you know.
I'll ask you a question. Be honest with me. Like I said, you know, when I called that guy a peddler, and I have no regrets because he's a peddler, right? They're not him, Dimitri, the ones that's in jail, right? Well, do you think people have that mindset? Yeah, even though it's legally, is so, you know, like by law it's fine. She's 16, right? She isn't legally done anything wrong. But do you think it's okay to have that mindset, thinking like he's an older guy, you know, she's 16, to think he's a bit of a nonce? And I am not making an accusation and saying that he is. Do not think I am. But other people have said it. So I just want to have your opinion, Jane.
I don't know.
Hello,
Angie,
Jane.
it's a very grey area.
It's the difference from 15 to 16. Come on, it's a year. You know, 15, 16 is a year, isn't it?
Yeah, without a doubt, she was 16. Without knowing her background and his background,
yeah,
you know, were they talking before that? I'm not sure. It's a very grey area. If he was talking to her while she was 15, then the police would be involved. But at 16, obviously,
but because it's legally, because he hasn't done legally anything wrong, is it just, well, it's fine? Because we're going by the law right here. Well, legally
it's fine.
The law. But does that mean he's...
Morally, it's wrong, Angie. Morally, it's wrong. I'm going to just say it. I'm not afraid.
About yourself, you know,
sick.
like...
It's sick. I just think the way he came into your life...
You could be into an older person or a younger person, but would you go for a child?
Yeah.
The way he came into this life, he was shouting over all the women in here.
You know, what you would be really up for. But
I mean, we're all looking at the law and thinking, well, it's the law. But who fucking writes the law? Do you know what I mean? Who says this is how the law should be? You know, 16 is a minor. It's a child, for God's sake.
I don't mean
some people are saying, well, it's okay, because he hasn't broken the law.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, I apologise. Sorry, I didn't know if you couldn't hear me because I kept talking and then I'd hear someone else talking. I'm just going to say it straight out, Angie. I think it's sick. And I felt the way he came into your box, he was shouting over women. He was quite dominating in the conversation. And I got bad vibes.
I wouldn't worry about that, but yeah.
Nah, I got bad vibes from it, Angie. That's my opinion.
Yeah. Let's put other people in the box.
Hi, Angie.
Yeah, why she is getting a lot of hate. This Alicia, though. Is it Alicia?
Keisha.
Oh, Keisha. Sorry, I keep calling her Alicia, man. Keisha. I don't understand. Hiya.
Hi, Angie. Hi, girls. Can I just put a little point of view across? I was 16 when I met my husband. He was 19. Back in the day, no one batted an eyelid. No one. He was 21, I was 16. We never once had that comment made, oh, he's years older. You know, it's wrong.
Do you not think it's a bit different? Because 21 is 4 years?
Yeah.
Right, there's a 4 years age gap, but we're talking about a 4 years plus age gap, you know?
But we say at 16, you know, you're a baby, you don't know your own mind. I've been together now 50 years with that same man.
But Cheryl, that's not that.
4 years. This is what I mean. That's only 4 years difference. I think
she's 20, he's 60.
But I think, Top Girl, at 16, if you're a mature 16-year-old, I mean, you know, don't get me wrong, I was still running around in hot pants and platform shoes and being 16, but I was grown up.
I want to ask him a question, Cheryl, right, which I forgot to ask him, is when they go out for dinner, like not for dinner, but with friends, you know.
I can remember because on our honeymoon.
But can I just say, quickly say to Cheryl, if I was, you know, his friend, right, and before he met her, like, for example, and I find out he's meeting, you know, he's going out with, you know, this 16-year-old, and we decide to go out for a dinner, you know, with friends, I wouldn't go, because why would I want to associate myself with an at that time, well, 16-year-old or 18-year-old, do you know what I mean? Why would I associate myself with someone like, I would not want to be seen, you know, with an 18-year-old having dinner with them. Do you know what I mean?
We never realised it until we was on our honeymoon and we went to the pictures one night and they wouldn't let me in.
Cheryl, it's very, very different.
It's very different.
But, you know, there was nothing, I mean, we met at 16, married at 18, had my first child when I was 20.
Cheryl, but it's a very different thing.
That's what I'm saying. That was back in the 70s.
Cheryl, I don't think you're understanding
the age gap.
You've got to look at it. You was both still teens. He's not a teen.
Well, he was sort of, well, I suppose he was a man, really. He had his own car and, you know, I suppose I was flattered, obviously, at 16. But in fairness, I married an old-fashioned school gentleman, you know, and he realised that I was 16. So there was nothing, you know, no shenanigans, should I say, for want of a better word, because I was young.
But that's still quite common these days as well. Like when I was
back in 74, no one batted an eyelid.
Can I just really quickly say something? I don't really want to come in the box, but can I just say that the age of 16 consent wasn't put there for old men to use to their advantage?
Say that again, sorry?
The age of 16 for consent wasn't put there for old men to use to their advantage.
Well, this is what I'm trying to say. Who wrote the goddamn law? Do you know what I mean? We're all gone by, well, he hasn't legally done anything wrong. But morally it's wrong, though, isn't it? And when you look at it and you think, well, maybe they should change the law to 18. You get what I'm saying?
So if they changed it to 12, would a 60-year-old man then go, well, it is legal, it's wrong?
Well, this is what I'm trying to explain also, exactly, because we've gone by the law, right? Oh, okay, now you can go out with, like you're saying, if you change to 12 years old, you can actually go out with a 12-year-old. Okay, yeah, you know, you haven't broken the law.
Exactly, it's wrong. That's all I wanted to say anyway. Thank you.
Thank you.
It's different times
now. She had a good point, Maria, there. She had exactly that. Do you know what I mean? So if the law says you can, you know, be with someone at the age of 12, does that give these men a right to be with a girl at the age of 12? Because the law says it's okay.
But now I've got a granddaughter of 16. Would I be impressed if she brought home a 21-year-old? I don't think I would.
I can tell you're getting the point.
But you know what I'm saying? I'm going by everyone saying 16, you're a baby. You're young,
I know what you're saying, Cheryl, but he is 58 years old.
60, Andy, or 58.
Well, no, 58 when he met her. He was 60 now, yeah.
Yeah. Like, but then Shirley, you said there was nothing wrong with it, yet you said you wouldn't let your granddaughter, like,
Angie,
that's right, Top Girl, because now the world is different now than it was back in 74.
It's on the box.
There's a lot more awareness.
Get in the box, Angie.
Huh? Who's in the box?
There isn't a big
I'm telling him to get in the box, he just come back in the room.
But you know, at 16, you can still know your own heart and your own mind, is what I suppose I'm saying. If that young girl thinks, well, you know, although he's 60, I love him, maybe she truly does love him.
I think at 16, though, at 16, you should be experimenting. Do you know what I mean? I'm not with the people with boys, you know, the same age as you. You know what I mean? You're going out and enjoying your life and not being at home and,
you know, looking after 50-year-olds. You know what I mean? You should be going out and enjoying your life, going clubbing, going partying. You know, what 58 has got, you know, anything in common with someone that's 16 years old? She should be experimenting and going out with different boys, and you know what I mean?
I think that's what Devon was trying to say. Like, what do you have in common with the 16-year-old? Like, I found her very respectful, but I feel like he came in and he was so defensive. That's why I muted her. I was like, I'm going to say something to this man and he's going to cry.
See, I think when she was going through what she was as a young girl, he's just preyed on that basically and took advantage, and that's where they are now. I just think it's wrong.
He's taking it, you know, you could have taken advantage of the law. Do you know what I mean? Well, 16 says I can do it.
Yeah, was he talking to her when she was 15, and then waited until the day she strikes 16 to then be okay?
He was talking to her at 16 and she was nearly 17, and they spoke for 4 months, and her mum was dependent on alcohol, and she was basically raising her siblings, and she worked 2 jobs, so she's very older-minded girl.
Older-minded or not, in my opinion, like, I think it's completely wrong. As a mother myself, like,
you probably saw him as a safe space. Do you know what I mean?
No, Ziana, listen, my daughter's going to be 12. Yeah, so in 4 years' time, if she got with a 58-year-old man, I can tell you now, her dad would unalive that man.
Yeah, but she's going to have a good mum and dad, ain't she? Whereas Keisha didn't have that. Keisha had passed away far
Do you
back.
think that she's looking, you know, she's looking for a father figure because her dad passed away?
I think he took advantage of her because he knew her father had passed away. And I don't hold back. I think it's fucking disgusting myself. But he was also, the impression I got, he was also trying to say, if she was 15, it's only a year difference. You know, he knows it's wrong, and
that's why he was so defensive, Victoria.
I mean, I don't even think you can be you know what? I don't even think you can be in love at 16.
I totally agree with that. I don't think you know what love is at 16.
What did you say, Top Girl?
I said that's why he was so defensive.
Yeah, I know. And I could see straight through him, and I wish you hadn't kicked Devon out because he doesn't like when a male confronts him on it. And you could see it.
I kicked Devon out for a reason, right? Because I didn't want him.
Yeah, I understand that because you didn't want. Yeah, you wanted to keep him in the box, but he seems very controlling. It's like, you know, he was even talking down to her in the box, if you noticed, and she was trying to explain. They've been nice to me. Yeah, but what about last night's live? Well, that was last night's live. You're in somebody else's live. Have a bit of respect. He just seems to be a total control freak, and what he has in common with a child. She can't even drink alcohol.
Let's not go, you know.
She's still a child. I don't care what anyone says, and if someone thinks it's right, well, I think you need to have a word with yourselves.
I believe, Ange, that at 16, you're not emotionally...
you're not developed.
You're not.
I don't believe it's right. I don't believe
mature
he had to grow up
and have a relationship.
Yeah, I understand she's had to grow up quick, but it doesn't mean she had to be groomed quick.
Yeah, but I was mature at 16, but I wouldn't say I was emotionally mature enough to hold a relationship down like that.
Well, that's what I'm trying to say, especially to an older man.
Mature at 16 or not.
At the end of the age, that gives it away. Like, you're a teenager.
I mean, she can't even get into watching 18 Year Plus at the cinema.
I think it's
like I keep saying, what's he got in common with it? Because 16, you can't drink.
You can just about buy in common with her.
She should be going out, you know, enjoying her life with people,
she should.
Kids the same age as her, not be mixing with 50, 60-year-olds. And, you know, what's he doing? Mixing with her friends? I mean, they're going out as, do you know what I mean? It's weird.
And if you listen to him, it's all about him. Oh, I'm active at the gym. I'm this, I'm that. And Keisha's grown up. He's got like this, you can see he controls her. I don't care what anyone says. That is controlling. You can see he controls her. I don't care what anyone says. That is controlling. And how
As
did
a
it
mature
work
man,
into what?
we don't have about the controlling bit because I hate it when people twist things. You know what I'm saying?
Well, no, he was controlling everyone in the box. He wouldn't let anyone
I know that
speak.
he's been also saying a lot of people calling him a nonce, and I did say to him, well, do you understand why? Do you know what I mean? Because obviously, she was 16 and she's still only 18 now. Do you know what I mean?
And there are weird things that he says to her friends online as well. There are clips online of him saying absolutely creepy, disgusting, disturbing things. Like
it was on a live. I went into the live and I thought I've watched them for a bit, because I just can't get my head around it. And she went off her head because he was in a box, same as you, Ange, and it was all full of young women. And someone messaged her online saying, did you know he's in a box with all these young girls flirting? Well, did she shit at the fan? She just went off her head because she could see, what are you doing talking to these younger girls? And it was all over. It's been all over on the internet. So
can I say, Mary Cash said she shouldn't have come in here. You said you weren't going to judge. I said we weren't going to judge her, right? And I didn't judge her. And I didn't expect Demetrius to come in the box. Even I said to everyone to share it to them. I'm glad he didn't at the beginning come in. It was just her. Okay, so everything turned when he came into the box. Okay, because
I don't think
maybe was slightly. He didn't want other people to talk. He was slightly rude. I agree with you, Top Girl. Do you know what I mean? But it did turn because of that. Yeah, I don't feel anyone should be attacking her though. And she's been getting a lot of hate, and I don't understand why.
I feel sorry for her, to be honest. But she must have. What I'm trying to say on that other bit.
Following with such young people, watching her, she's giving out, she's giving out the wrong impression to young girls. These young girls are going to think, they're going to become famous if they go out with an older man, and they're going to get all this. TikTok is not showing their relationship off in the best way. Let's say they didn't want to be judged. They should come off TikTok, because this is why everyone is up in arms. Their children are watching these people, and it's disgusting. No matter what way you look at it, the age gap is disgusting. I mean, is she looking for a father figure? I don't know her background massively, but is that what she's
looking for? A safe space. I just feel sorry for her. I do. When I watch the lives and videos, it does have a go at her about everything. And
but as a mature man, he should have morals. He should never even attempt to go anywhere near a 16-year-old girl as a mature man. I'm gonna jump off. I just want to say the last thing. I feel.
Can I just quickly say, you said you can't help who you fall in love with, but he shouldn't have gone there in the first place.
Yeah, and like he said, she could have been 15. Well, it's only a year difference. I was thinking, oh my God, was he with her when she was 15? Because there's a lot of people saying they watch him, and he was with her when she was 15.
The thing is, though, he was deflecting. You started talking about different countries and stuff like that. I know what you're trying to say. Yeah, you live in England. This is not the law of the land in England. You're morally wrong. And I feel like he was trying to, I felt uneasy because as soon as he came in, he muted. Angie, I'm going to drop.
All right.
Bye-bye.
And then saying about, in other countries, 9-year-old girls have the periods and stuff. I just felt sick.
At the end of the day, he's wrong. He knows himself is wrong. He don't want to admit it. He's a mature man who should know what he was doing. And to me, dating a 16-year-old as a mature man should know that morally it's very wrong.
Yeah. I've tried to look at it. I've tried to look at it on both sides, and there's just nothing on his side that makes me, oh well, maybe. No, I think it's sick.
And I think the way you've got to look at it is what if that was your child?
Exactly. He's got no business.
That was my child.
Teenagers.
My child is going to have a reason to have to.
If I'm honest, I know it's not true.
Check on him.
But if I'm honest, if my daughter came home at 16 and said a 58-year-old man had been speaking to her, I would think he was grooming her.
Well,
and I know it's 100% out there, but that's what I would think.
Her mum was okay.
He was dropping her food off every night because she was working, and she couldn't cook food and things like that at home, and
that's called
stories
grooming.
that they've told online, like themselves. So these have come from their mouths.
Ugh. Anyway, I'm going to drop because it does actually make my belly turn.
She seemed like a lovely girl, though, didn't she?
Yeah. She does. She seems very grown up, which is why it's scary for everybody else. She's having a massive impact on the younger generation, and you know, there are people's kids watching her and thinking, like, this is the life to go by. And I just think, you know, you can have that relationship, but don't be such big influencers on a TikTok app where there are children watching, because you are giving off the wrong impression. And for me, I think it's wrong no matter which way you look at it. And the age, it's got teenager at the end of it. So I think that gives it away. If it was my child, my son child, I would be going off my nut. So,
if I was that age and might as well brought someone home at that age, even in my 20s, I think my parents would have gone mad. Do you know what I mean? Even my bloody 20s, all right, why? You're 20, man. Why would you want to be with a 6-year-old? Do you know what I mean?
And I think, no business dealing with her. He wasn't, apparently he wasn't actually a person that worked for food. He was something else, dropping off something else for her mum. So apparently her mum was happy with the relationship at first, and then it wasn't until she actually moved out that she had a problem with it.
I mean, it was going really well in here. It was going really well in here, wasn't it? And then everyone was having a nice flow conversation. I was in the bottom modding, and it was going really nice. And then he came in, and he was just blatantly rude. There was no.
I mean, can I say, I was 14, and my partner was 19 when we got together, and I was pregnant at 15. And I know a lot of people didn't agree with it, but I was 14 at the time. I'm now almost 40. I'm still with them now. And we've got 4 beautiful children together. So, although I can see where people are saying, you know, especially at 14, is still a child.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you out. Did you say you're 14?
No, I was 14 when I got with my partner, and he was 19. And now I'm almost 40, and I'm still with them.
But that's still wrong, isn't it?
The difference is a lot different to a granddad age gap. Sorry.
No, but 14 is underage.
14 is underage. It don't matter how you dress it up. He was at the age of consent and she wasn't. You can't dress that up. You can't say because he was 5 years older it was okay. It wasn't okay. It's wrong in that anyway.
Yeah, right, okay. It is wrong, and although I give consent, I mean, you know, it was my decision.
Well, no, Miss Nell, let me tell you something. A 14-year-old cannot give consent.
Never.
They cannot, yeah? It's cool. That is great. Yeah? Okay, so even if you consented to it at 14, it is, in the eyes of the law, great.
But back then, though, nobody's seen it. I understand what you mean. I do understand what you mean.
Yeah, please don't say that a child can give consent.
No, I personally myself, I did back then. No other child. But back then it wasn't, you know, nobody's seen it as that. But I completely understand as I'm now. Gosh, yes, you know.
You can't say nobody saw it as that. You can say it wasn't spoke about like this, like it is now. Social media and everything has given a platform so we can all speak about it. Back then, I'm 55 years old. Back then, we didn't talk about child abuse or anything like that. We didn't have the platform and we wouldn't dare speak about it. And it's only because we've got social media. But a 14 and a 19-year-old is not acceptable. You can't say that 16 and a 60-year-old's not acceptable and then say 14 and a 19. He was 5 years older than you, big enough to know what he was doing was wrong.
Yeah. That law was raised in 1885, so it was definitely broke the law.
Yeah. Wow.
I'm going to drop anyway. Thank you so much for having me up.
Thank you. Do you want to continue your story though, Nell?
Yeah. So, like I said, you know, I was young at the time. We're still together now. We're married. You know, we bought a house together. I mean, we've been through our ups and downs. You know, and I got 4 beautiful children now. Obviously, you know, people were asking me, would I?
You're breaking up.
A lot.
You're breaking up now.
If it was my girl at 15 then I fell pregnant, and it's not until they said to me that it made me realise. Right, can you hear me now?
Yeah, now I don't know if you want to jump out and jump back in because it's keeps breaking up.
Yeah, I'll jump out and get back in now.
Chrissy, it's time to get up.
Hello. Oh, she said hello then, Ange.
No, I think she's on the phone, isn't she?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Hey, Chrissy, I've put a couple of people in and then I'm going to come off for a little bit. Let's have a look. Oh, dear. God, I've been on it ages.
You've been on ages, Ange.
I know, I was in a really low mood earlier, that's why.
I know, God bless you.
Yeah, it helps me, just the distraction.
Yeah.
You okay now, though, Ange?
Yes, yeah, I'm good, yeah. I just get, I have low moods, that's why I drink. I'm not drinking, I've decided to drink just Fridays. So, because I'm medicating, right, if I have a drink, I'm happy as Larry. But because I'm not having that drink, you know what I mean?
Understandable, though. I tried to message you, but I hope you're alright.
She's made of strong stuff, our Ange, isn't you, Ange?
Yeah.
Is Alicia waiting to get in the box?
Sorry, who, Jane?
Alicia.
Angie, I just wanted to say, can everyone thank me for keeping you on for an extra 3 hours because you said you was going to get off?
No, I know. We've had
you always do it.
We've had two good, really good discussions, haven't we?
Yeah, that's all I came. I'm eating now. Good night.
I know. I'll just keep to these last two.
Yeah.
Hey, Nisko.
Hiya. I just wanted to come up to say, I'm part of an online child protection team. I actually decoy myself. Predators can be in contact with kids for months to years, waiting on that date that they are 16 to then do whatever they do. An age gap of 16 to 58 is unreal, and it seems like potentially could that be a factor in this? Who knows? But it just is strange, and the way that he is so controlling with the whole talking between everybody, and it just doesn't seem right at all.
Yeah, see that bit of it, I just thought it was just because of all the comments he's been getting, because he said he has been attacked. Yeah, well, rightly so, I suppose. You know what I mean? By a lot of people. I thought it was just kind of frustration. That's what I thought that was.
No, watch his videos, Ange, and you'll see he's like it all the time.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know anything about it.
I've got an Alicia in the box. I don't know if it's that Alicia Flores.
No, it's not. I mean, I put her in, but it's definitely not her.
Can I just say thank you, Nisko, for everything you do? I know being a decoy is pretty hard, so thank you for protecting our children.
No, thank you. We only ever ask for support to do what we do, because it is hard, but it's worthwhile. It really is. To protect one kid even is all we can aim for.
Yeah.
So it's not that Alicia, it's a different Alicia.
Yeah, it's not. It's a different one. I just want to say there were a woman in the box earlier saying she's been with her partner for over 50 years and she got with him when she was young. Does she think that this Demetrius has got 50 years in him? It's 2024. It's wrong. He wasn't delivering food to her house at all. It all came out weeks ago. He was delivering drugs to her house for her mum.
Oh, really?
So people need to actually go and look it up before, because that Cheryl, she's defending it. It's not right. Whether it were 50, whether she were 15, 16, 17. I'm 27. My granddad's 67. I wouldn't dream of being with anybody his age. Never. I know, Wes. Thank you.
Yeah.
It's wrong.
That woman that spoke before, she was 14 and it was 19. If that was the case with us, that would 100% go through court.
So I'm sorry for whoever I interrupted and whoever's commented saying I'm being rude, but I've been waiting for half an hour.
And Nisco, what you said as well, she did say that she'd been talking to him for 4 months before they'd got together, and that is like what you're saying, grooming is.
Has he not got kids older than her? I'm sure his kids will be older than her.
Can I ask you a question, Nisco? And it's probably a silly question, but can someone be prosecuted like years later, knowing that information, or it's only if that person is forward?
So historical cases, do you mean? Yes, evidence can be from months to years later. Like there is people that prosecute 50 years later, as long as...
So would they have to make that statement, or can you just go by what some person has said or some information?
The person themselves would have to, is my understanding.
But obviously, if it's a child, to protect a child, regardless of whether that person comes forward or not, no, that's different. So it's different situations. So forget me.
Could I ask you a question before I jump out, Ange? Was she in the box first or him?
She was.
Because I only joined when just as she left, and she left because he's not letting... He jumps on her whenever she tries to talk. So you lot were trying to talk to her, but he jumps straight in. And it's like it's his way or no way. Like when she's trying to explain stuff on live and she's saying stuff, he's not letting her. So all I heard when she were last in was, "Oh, I'm going now," because he don't let her speak.
Yeah.
I mean, like overpowering now.
Yeah. Every time she's on her own live or whatever, she went off in a huff. No one even said bye to her or whatever because no one even knew what she said. Because he were going mental.
Well, if he thinks that she's in... Sorry, Anne, go on.
No, carry on.
No, you're all right.
No, I was just going to say, I don't really know, I know of them, but I've not seen any videos. Apparently he's like that.
Angie,
what I was going to say is that he thinks that she's very mature, so then he should let her answer for herself. She knows how she feels. I mean, I don't know what is
18. 18 is still a baby, really.
Yeah, very much so.
An adult, you know what I mean?
the reason people are going at her is because she's coming across as rude when she's talking because he's not letting her speak. She's coming across as rude because it won't let her. So she can't get in anyone's box without him jumping in and, you know.
We got the thing that she was the nice one and he was the rude one.
Yeah. That's what I mean.
You have to think if there has been an element of grooming in this, then grooming can be anything from constant, you know, niceties to gifts to whatever. And you believe that. You 100% believe that.
Yeah, it's hard, isn't it? Because if they are grooming sort of thing, it's hard because that other person doesn't see it like that, do they?
No. Have you seen all the things about him telling her to die
without knowing it? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Have you seen all the videos of him telling her to colour her hair different colours so she looks younger and stuff?
No.
Oh, it's awful. Honestly, if anyone's not 100% up to date on this, you need to look because there's all sorts.
There's a page on here that's dedicated to them.
Yes.
It's called PDF 999. If you go on there and go down the rabbit hole, I think everybody who was coming up and trying to glorify their relationship, they will feel sick the way how I do. Yes, bro, you're right, yeah. Guys, sorry for my absence. It's actually my birthday today, and I did say to myself, you know what, I don't even want to come on this app and get involved in any of this stuff because I woke up with so much abuse from the older generation of women that I would
it was your live, NJ, they was on?
Yeah, it was my live yesterday, yes.
Okay, it makes sense now, babe.
What abuse have you been getting then from why?
Well, a lot of it is from the older generation of women. There's people like, I'm sorry to name drop, but people like that Shirl and the other one that had obviously have been in a relationship where they was young from back in the day, and they're kind of like, stop speaking on them. They're old enough to do what they want. He's not controlling. You're all being abusive towards her. Nobody in the box on my stage yesterday was being abusive towards Keisha. In fact, we all identify that she's a victim in all this. And yesterday, he would not rise up in the box. She rose up and to be fair, she was quite rude, but I just put that down to her age, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
She's a young girl.
You know what, though, Lindsay? If that was my niece, right, she's only 14, but if that was my niece, that was with something like that, I would like the whole of TikTok to be going crazy about it. Do you know what I mean? And standing up for her and saying that this guy is not okay. It's classed as could possibly grooming.
Of course, and all we really wanted from him was a bit of clarity as to why he thinks that it's okay. And she was like, I've told him he can't come up. I told him he can't come up. I was like, look, I'm not going to shout at him. I'm not going to argue with him. Do you know what I mean? We can have a little back and forth. I can raise the concerns that I have by watching what they've put on the app. And then obviously he can rebuttal back and say, well, X, Y, and Z. Do you know what I mean? But if you look on that page that I just said, and watch his actions when he's on live, the way how he's complimenting other young girls, making her feel insecure and making her feel like...
You know what? NJ, well, I've told everyone else this, I don't know if you're here when I said it, but there was this guy in here named Harrison. It was a small community that I joined when I first came on TikTok, right? I found out that he was talking to a 16-year-old in an inappropriate way. I was hearing things that they were together and all this kind of thing. He was 32, yeah? It's not as old as him. And she was 16, right? And I called him out for being a peddler, right? Maybe I should, I felt, maybe I shouldn't have said that at the time, because I was thinking I'm going to go be, in court, because, for slander or whatever, calling this guy a peddler, because the law, it's legally okay. Yeah. He's in prison now. He'll get peddler.
Oh, he got locked up in the end?
Yeah, not for that. He didn't get locked up for that. He got locked up for something else. But he told us a pack of lies. He was living with his parents. He had kids and a wife and everything. Do you know what I mean? I don't want to go into it. But, peddler. But my point is, how many people I was getting threatened by a couple of people. And people say, oh my God, she's 16 and you're calling her a peddler. It's so wrong. Okay, maybe I shouldn't have used the word peddler. Okay. But I regret it now? I don't regret it now because he's in prison.
Can I just say something? Sorry, NJ and
I'm just
Angie.
saying how many people actually protected the guy. How many people protected him, NJ?
Can I just say something as well, right, before Gemzina, when a big mouth gets back up here, right, because she's in the comments asking to get up. Of course you're going to defend them. You're friends with fucking 19-year-olds. Of course you think it's all right. You're friends with kids.
Thank you very much for saying that, love, because James, you are one of the biggest groomers on this app as well. The way how you place yourself around those young people like Kipsy and Shy, and you buy them clothes and you give them money. It's exactly the same. What he's doing and what you're doing, you're exactly the same. That's why you're coming on the stage and saying...
I'm 18, 20. I mean, but he's still a baby. I'm not going to lie. I wouldn't be associating myself with 18-year-olds. It's kind of weird.
But I don't know why any grown woman is on this app looking for friendships in younger ones, like buying them clothes, buying them this, buying them that. Listen, I'll go out my way for anyone. If anyone's struggling, everyone knows I'll go out my way, whether it's money, someone to talk to, anything like that. I'm not going out my way to look for people younger than me to buy them clothes and pretend I'm the mother and this and that. It's weird, Angie. Sorry, it is, but...
Of course it's weird.
Well, hi, Angie. Can I have my speak now? Because they've all been able to speak. And now let me speak. Now let me speak, Angie, because they've been able to speak. Happy birthday, NJ. This is the closest you're ever going to get to a real woman. Back.
Behave yourself.
Do a poll, Angie. Forget about mine and Sharon's relationship or mine and my daughters or anyone else's. Do a poll, and I want to see it now. Who would go on a date with NJ? Do a poll now.
And shut up, get a grip, Gemma.
Who would go out with NJ? No one. He is the most ugliest boy I've ever seen in my life. It's his birthday. He's on TikTok. Frankie, man's on TikTok. He can't get a gal. Wishing that he was bouncing. Yeah, you're jealous of my daughters. You're jealous of my daughters.
There's nothing to be jealous of.
You're
what
jealous
is to be jealous of? You're trying to get your daughter to back you up. She doesn't give a fuck.
I make money on TikTok. You're jealous I make money on TikTok. NJ, you can never be me. No girl on this planet, and I guarantee you this now. Do a poll.
Just give her a little minute of fame, guys. Just give her a minute of fame, and then we'll go back to a constructive conversation after.
Who would date NJ on his birthday right now? Bad gal, let's go.
I will. Me. I will take him out for his birthday.
Your thirsty gal. Your thirsty gal see a black man. Your thirsty gal see a black man. The man's face is spotty as fuck, Frankie, coming in like some polka dot
it's
machine.
All right. I've got a good skin.
You're a disgusting looking black man. No real mixed race girl in the world would ever take cocky from that. You're disgusting, fam. You are disgusting, bro. Only white girls, only white desperate women, only white desperate women, only white desperate women.
Where's your man, Gems? Where's your man? Gems, where's your man?
No mixed race girls fucking you.
Gems, where's your man?
Sit down, racist. Don't
where's your man?
Bring intolerance with your racist.
That's very racist.
She's vile.
Yeah, she's vile. And what we have to remember, guys, is that she is in the matrix to deflect. You see, when you're ever having a constructive conversation, she'll come up. And as a grown woman who has daughters and probably grandkids and stuff, you expect more. But come on, we can't expect nothing from Jemzina but being a groomer and just a person that begs attention.
This is what I mean. She's come up here and started screaming at you for what?
For what reason? It's like she follows me. She says I follow her around the app. Everybody can vouch that this woman has about 50 accounts. You scroll down the For You page and she's there. You think, oh, there's another account I have to block. You're the one that pushed yourself in front of people's faces, Jemzina. We can't stand you. You're never going to be on the podium again, and that's why you're hurt. Anyway, can we go back to the matter at hand?
Yeah, I'm going to jump down, but happy birthday, Angie, and I'll take you out.
Thank you.
Can I just say, 83%?
Bye, Angie. Thanks for letting me up.
Angie, 83% of the polls said they would date you.
Oh, thank you.
Angie, turn that microwave off. Why are you adding me to the box to rinse him out again? Why are you adding me to the box to rinse him out again? The guy built us ugly. Yes, she did. It said accept. Stop lying, Angie, yeah? You want me to rinse him out? It said accept, bro. Angie, don't lie. You want me to rinse out this dirty guy. This dirty guy on his birthday, Angie. You want me to rinse him out?
I can see that everybody's got your back here.
You are disgusting. No one wants your dick.
Everybody
Look
has
at
my
Angie
back,
laughing, bro.
83% of women said they're going on a date with me. Stay affected, Jemzina. Stay affected.
Listen, NJ, your dick stinks. Where's your baby mum? Where's your kids? You ain't got nothing, bro. Stay hating. Stay hating. Your dick stinks. You got no fuck on your birthday, so you want to try fuck with me. Angie, this guy's dick stinks, bro. He can never get pussy like mine. Disgusting. And yet I'm a sabotage you. Your dick fucking stinks. No.
She is vile.
What a vile woman. And you know what's sad? People actually support her on this app. That's crazy. She's gone from begging in town and robbing from Primark to virtual begging, and she thinks she's something. You sit there and you beg all day, Jem, like nobody rates you. Nobody rates you in Birmingham, Jem. All commentary.
I actually see a YouTube video and it was the worst mums in UK and Jemzina was on it.
Oh yeah, I've got a video from her stealing from Primark, and then she says, yeah, that's why I called my daughter Robin, because I'm always robbing. She's terrible. She's a vile human being.
She relates with kids on this app and she walks around talking like that. That's absolutely foul language, and she should be ashamed of herself for speaking.
The thing is, her mother is such a lovely woman. Her mother is a well-mannered woman, and she lives in a really, really posh part of Birmingham, like outskirts of Birmingham. So I do not know what happened to Jemzina, because that's not how you was raised, Jemzina. Your mum put you into acting school. That's where you can cry on demand. Do you know what I mean? So
she's a bit like me then.
Yeah, that's what a majority of yous on here that do what you do. You know, you do come from some sort of entertainment background. I get it. Do you know what I mean? But, you know, she doesn't use it for the right way.
She doesn't speak for all of us.
But sorry, before, because obviously I want to get back to, you know, just enjoying my birthday. When he came up into the box, was he very controlling and stuff? Because I missed that whole life.
People were saying he was, yeah.
Because he wouldn't rise yesterday, and I just wanted to have a civil conversation, man to man. Do you know what I mean? I would have told all the ladies, look, let us just talk man to man, because I only see him having conversations with women. I've only seen him being in lies with other women. I've never seen how he interacts with a man. Do you know what I mean? Especially a man with knowledge who actually, in real life, supports young ladies that have been through the stuff that Keisha's been through. This is why I keep saying, like, Keisha, I don't have no vendetta against you. I identify and recognize that you are a victim in this situation. He's spun you in a web of lies, and the way how you think is normal, it's not. It's a warped reality. But because he's been in there prodding and prodding and prodding at her mentally. Look, she's 18. She's had Botox. She's had lip filler. She has all these injections. You're like, it's sad.
And a whole new nose.
A whole new nose.
He
You're
got
18,
very
19.
angry. He got very angry with Devon when Devon questioned him.
Okay, there you go. Yeah, I could imagine because Devon's the same. You know, he can speak eloquently, and I identified the way he was typing that maybe he has learning difficulties, and that's not me saying let's dismiss what he's doing because he has learning difficulties. No, but when he was typing certain things, I was thinking, all right, the way I speak with Devon, it might be intimidating towards him. That's why he wouldn't want to rise. But I just find it funny how he would come on when the stage is majority women and wants to have his say now. When he had all the opportunity yesterday.
It was all women until he come on and then Devon come up.
Oh, okay. And then what happened? He told Devon to drop, or he asked you to drop Devon?
No, he didn't. He just become quite funny with Devon.
I kicked Devon because I just thought he was going to drop from the box. Do you know what I mean? I didn't want him to drop because I wanted him to reply to the questions.
Okay, you wanted to keep the flow of conversation.
Sometimes, especially with someone like Devon, they might say the wrong thing, and he was getting like irritated. I just thought he's going to drop, and we're not going to end up asking him questions. Do you know what I mean?
She was nice, and he was quite angry from the moment that he must have heard the lady say, "Does your husband you get asked if your husband needs a passport?"
And I knew he's not going to stay from
the age different relationship.
Oh, I get it. But my gripe with this whole situation is that they both claim to be influencers. So they claim to be influencers. So what is it that they're influencing this age gap relationship? Is that what they want to put into our system now, that all of our next generation that are coming up, it's okay to be, groomed and chased by granddads? Do you know what I mean? One of his children, guys, is 30. And it's like, I'm thinking to myself, like, mate, you've had children, you've done everything that you need to do. Like, what is it now? What do you have in common with an 18-year-old? Well, 19 now, she turned 19 the other day. What do you have in common?
Do you think
these are the questions that you want to ask?
Do you think their family even know? I mean, does she live with them? I don't know. I just wonder if they even know.
Well, she said yesterday that the mum knew and was okay with it. And then the moment that she said she's going to move out, the mum, like, washed her hands of her and then started saying that she wasn't okay. I don't know whether the mum was kind of benefiting from having him come over and see her, and you know what I mean? Because obviously people are saying that he was delivering something else and not food. So I don't know, because this happens quite a lot. Like, if they're benefiting from it, they don't really care. Oh, yeah, I'll turn a blind eye.
That's the thing. Doesn't sound like she's had a great upbringing.
The moment that stops and they start benefiting it, that's when they try to rein them back in again. I'm your mum.
You know what I think, NJ? She's looking for a father figure because her dad passed away.
And I think you've got to look at statistics. Statistics show you a lot of these children, sadly, that end up getting groomed come from broken or dysfunctional homes. Yes. And that's statistics that show you that. So she's come from a background where her mum is relying on drugs and he's a dealer and then, she's going to look for that bit of security that she hasn't got. Or she doesn't have. So a lot of the children that are abused or become from, statistics say, from both broken backgrounds.
And he took advantage. He smelt it and took advantage. You're going to see a bit, guys. Once again, I don't even know who runs this account, but it's PDF 999. Go on there, and you will see Sorry, you will see a video where he says, "Oh, I was in the gym the one day and I seen these older geezers with these young girls, man, and I was jealous, man. I was thinking, oh, why can't I have one?" So he was already in his head that he's already picturing that he wants a young girl, and he's listening to other older men talk about it, and he felt left out. But like, to think that he has the guts to even say that online, to me, like, do you know what I mean? That's a red flag in itself. He feels too comfortable in this journey, and that's why I believe that people need to keep speaking out on it, that no, this is not right, because there's too many young kids that are looking up to people who they want to be like. When I was younger, I wanted to be like Ian Wright or a footballer, but these days people want to be a social media influencer, and if that's the way how you're going to get loads of following, loads of money, the TikTok shop, you go on the Explore page, all you see is her and his face selling clothes and stuff for TikTok, and I just think to myself, flipping out. So somebody could click on that, then go on there and be like, oh, granddad and granddaughter, then they realise that they're actually partners, and then they start thinking, oh, this is okay then. Come on, guys, man, we can't be having that, not in big 2024. Do you know what I mean?
No, and I do agree with you. He does feel far too comfortable to come online and discuss it. You've got to think, as you said, where's this red flag going to stop? This is a child's app as well.
Exactly. But guys, thank you for having me. I'm gonna
come off now anyway. I've been on since 12 o'clock.
Have a brilliant
All right, I'll see you later. Take care.
All right, then see you guys. I'm coming off now.
Bye, Ange. Take care. God bless.
Bye, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.
The Observer, providing you with the latest TikTok drama from across the UK.